It began with a blender. Not just any blender. This one belonged to Captain Ethan Voss, commander of the Vanguard, Earth's first interstellar diplomatic vessel. Ethan had brought it aboard as a reminder of home, much to the amusement of his crew. With its bright red casing and loud, clunky motor, the blender was a far cry from the sleek, silent efficiency of alien appliances. But the blender, as it turned out, had a mind of its own. One day, during a routine maintenance stop on the Xylethian space station, Ethan decided to make a smoothie. The sound of the blender's roar echoed through the pristine halls of the alien station, startling several Xylethians, whose species was renowned for their auditory sensitivity. "What is that abomination?" one Xylethian diplomat demanded, his silver robes shimmering as he glared at the offending machine. "It's a blender," Ethan replied nonchalantly, pouring his smoothie into a glass. "Basic Earth tech. You don't have these?" The Xylethians were horrified and fascinated in equal measure. The idea of a machine that worked through raw mechanical force rather than elegant energy flows was, to them, barbaric, and yet oddly impressive. The galaxy was a showpiece of alien ingenuity. The Siren built starships that folded space itself to travel faster than light. The Malethians created cities that floated serenely in mid-air, powered by harmonized gravitational waves. Even the Tariq, a race of bioluminescent fungi, had managed to terraform barren planets into lush, glowing ecosystems. And then there was humanity. For centuries, Earth had been the runt of the technological litter. Alien species marveled at humanity's progress, but always with an air of patronizing amusement. "Such ingenuity," they'd say, "for such a young species." Translation: cute, but not a threat. But what the galaxy failed to understand about humans was their sheer determination. Tell a human something is impossible, and they'll spend the next decade proving you wrong, if only out of spite. Dr. Aaron Malik was the kind of scientist who lived on coffee and defied expectations. When he was approached by the Global Technological Consortium to lead Project Lazarus, he didn't hesitate. "I've always wanted to break the universe," he joked during his first press conference. Lazarus wasn't just an ambitious project. It was humanity's attempt to level the galactic playing field. For decades, Earth scientists had been studying alien technology, trying to replicate their advancements. The problem? Alien tech was based on systems of perfection, precisely tuned energy cores, seamless integration, and flawless functionality. Humans, on the other hand, were masters of chaos. Aaron's breakthrough came when he stopped trying to replicate alien precision and embraced humanity's chaotic creativity. The Lazarus Engine was born, a power source that didn't just produce energy, but adapted dynamically to its environment. It could power a city, stabilize a starship, or run indefinitely on minimal input. The first prototype exploded 3 times. Aaron celebrated each failure with a victory lap around the lab. "If it doesn't blow up," he told his skeptical team, "it's not learning." The Galactic Technological Summit was the universe's premier showcase of innovation. Every major species attended, eager to flaunt their latest breakthroughs. Humanity had never been invited before. This year, things changed. Aaron Malik stood on the main stage, a massive crowd of alien engineers, diplomats and scientists watching him with thinly veiled skepticism. Beside him was the Lazarus Engine, humming quietly, its crude exterior a stark contrast to the polished elegance of the other exhibits. Aaron started with a grin. "Raise your hand if you've ever had to explain your tech with the words, 'It's supposed to do that.'" Silence. The aliens stared blankly. Aaron shrugged. "Well, you're about to." He powered up the Lazarus Engine. The room vibrated as the engine roared to life. Lights flickered, holographic displays shimmered, and for a brief moment, the station's gravitational stabilizers hiccuped. Alien engineers scrambled to stabilize their own equipment as the engine's chaotic energy pulsed through the room. Aaron, unfazed, leaned into the microphone. "That's not a bug. It's a feature." When the demonstration ended, the room was silent. Then, slowly, applause erupted, hesitant at first, then thunderous. For the first time in galactic history, humanity wasn't a footnote. The Lazarus Engine's debut sent shockwaves through the galaxy. The Xylethians called it a reckless but brilliant affront to physics. The Siren labeled it a potential destabilizer of galactic order. The Taric simply glowed brighter, which was assumed to be their way of expressing confusion. On Earth, the reaction was euphoric. The Lazarus Engine wasn't just a technological marvel, it was a declaration. Humanity had arrived. But as humanity celebrated, the galaxy began to stir. Rivalries ignited, alliances shifted, and a new era of technological competition began. The Lazarus Engine wasn't just a triumph, it was a problem. For the first time in galactic history, a species had created something that didn't fit into the neat, orderly hierarchy of technological superiority. Within days of the Galactic Technological Summit, alien communication networks were abuzz with debates about the implications of humanity's breakthrough. The Siren called an emergency council to assess the destabilizing threat of chaotic innovation. The Xylethians launched a full-scale investigation into how the Lazarus Engine worked, only to conclude, much to their horror, that it was ridiculously, absurdly practical. Meanwhile, on Earth, Project Lazarus became a rallying cry. Within months, the first mass-produced Lazarus engines were powering everything from cities to spacecraft. Engineers across the planet were refining and repurposing the tech for new applications, each one more ambitious than the last. The real game-changer came with the development of the Horizon-Class Starship. Designed by aerospace engineer Marcus Vane, the Horizon was the first vessel to be entirely powered by Lazarus technology. It was fast, adaptable, and, most importantly, nearly indestructible. The first Horizon launch was a spectacle. Broadcast across the galaxy, it showcased humanity's ability to design a ship that could navigate asteroid fields, survive solar flares, and even repair itself mid-flight. The highlight of the event was an impromptu race between the Horizon and a Siren starship, the Lightbringer. The Siren were confident in their victory, until the Horizon completed the course 3 minutes faster, with its captain grinning as he sipped coffee during the final stretch. The galaxy was stunned. The Kiran, for all their sophistication, couldn't compete with a ship that thrived on chaos and unpredictability. While some species admired humanity's ingenuity, others were less enthusiastic. The Glazans, in particular, were furious. Known for their precise terraforming technology, they saw humanity's rise as a threat to their monopoly. Their propaganda networks declared the Lazarus Engine a hazard to galactic stability, claiming it was only a matter of time before humanity's chaotic energy designs caused a catastrophe. The Xylethians, ever the diplomats, took a more cautious approach. They invited Dr. Malik to their capital world for a series of discussions on technological ethics. Aaron accepted, though his response, "I'd love to explain why chaos is ethical," did little to reassure them. Meanwhile, the Krell, a species of data-obsessed technologists, launched covert efforts to hack into Earth's research networks. They succeeded exactly once, downloading a heavily corrupted karaoke playlist that somehow infected their planetary server with a looping rendition of "I Will Survive." It wasn't just technology that humanity was exporting, it was their culture. Alien engineers, accustomed to generations of flawless precision, found themselves fascinated by humanity's trial-and-error approach. Galactic universities began offering courses in creative chaos, understanding human innovation, taught by visiting professors from Earth. One such professor, Dr. Clara Hayes, became a sensation when she declared during a lecture, "If your experiment doesn't fail at least once, you're doing it wrong." Her students, a mix of alien species, took the message to heart. Soon, the phrase chaotic brilliance became a popular compliment in scientific circles. Even alien pop culture began to reflect humanity's influence. The Malethians produced a hit holo series, The Makers of Chaos, loosely based on humanity's rise, though it inaccurately depicted Earthlings as hyper-competitive inventors who subsisted entirely on caffeinated beverages. Of course, not everyone was thrilled with humanity's success. The Glazans, already seething, decided to take action. In a bold move, they sabotaged an Earth research station on Titan, hoping to send a message. The attack destroyed several key facilities, setting back a major Lazarus-related project by months. But the Glazans underestimated humanity's response. Instead of retreating, Earth rebuilt the station in record time, this time with Lazarus-powered defenses. When the Glazans attempted a second strike, they were met with automated drones that neutralized their fleet in under 3 minutes. The message was clear. Humanity wasn't just a rising power, it was a force to be reckoned with. The ripple effects of humanity's rise were felt across the galaxy. Alliances shifted as species re-evaluated their relationships with Earth. The Siren and Xylethians, recognizing humanity's potential, began forging closer ties, seeking to collaborate rather than compete. Even the Tariq, who rarely engaged with other species, extended an invitation for a cultural exchange program. Their official statement read, "We find your chaos intriguing." The Glazans, however, doubled down on their hostility, forming a coalition of like-minded species determined to counter humanity's influence. This growing tension set the stage for a new era of galactic politics, one in which humanity was no longer an underdog, but a major player. Humanity's rapid rise shook the galactic status quo, but it also opened doors to unprecedented collaboration. The Xylethians, ever the pragmatists, proposed a joint research initiative, the Unity Project. Its goal: combine humanity's chaotic innovation with the precision of alien technology. Dr. Malik, now the face of Earth's technological renaissance, spearheaded the human side of the initiative. His counterpart was High Engineer Lyritha Vell, a Xylethian renowned for her meticulous designs and aversion to anything that wasn't elegantly logical. Their first meeting set the tone for their partnership. "We should start with a comprehensive framework," Lyritha began, her translucent skin glinting under the sterile lab lights. Aaron raised an eyebrow. "How about we start with duct tape and see where it goes?" Despite their differences, or perhaps because of them, their collaboration bore fruit. The Unity core, a fusion of Lazarus technology and Xylethian energy matrices, was a triumph. It was more stable than the original Lazarus Engine, yet retained its adaptive capabilities. For the first time in galactic history, two species had created something greater than the sum of their parts. Not everyone celebrated the Unity core. The Glazans, already antagonistic, declared it a threat to the natural order. Their coalition, now known as the Concord of Purity, launched a propaganda campaign painting humanity as reckless upstarts destined to destroy the galaxy. Tensions boiled over when the Concord staged a blockade around a human-colonized system, cutting off vital trade routes. Earth responded with its newly upgraded Horizon-Class fleet. The standoff was tense, but brief. When the blockade refused to withdraw, humanity's ships demonstrated their advanced maneuvering capabilities, slipping through the Concord's defenses with ease. The Glazans were humiliated, their fleet left scrambling to regroup. The incident solidified humanity's reputation as a force that couldn't be bullied, and the Concord of Purity began to fracture under the weight of its failures. While conflicts simmered, cultural exchanges flourished. The Galactic University of Technological Advancement opened a new branch on Earth, attracting alien students eager to learn about human innovation. Courses like Creative Chaos 101 and The Art of Failing Forward became wildly popular. Meanwhile, Earth saw an influx of alien influence. Xylethian architects collaborated with human engineers to redesign cities, blending sleek alien aesthetics with human functionality. Malethian artists introduced holographic murals that transformed Earth's urban landscapes into living, breathing works of art. Even food became a point of fusion. Humans introduced coffee to the galaxy, a move that sparked a minor revolution. The Tariq, in particular, became obsessed, their bioluminescent forms glowing brighter with every sip. "It's like liquid inspiration," one Tariq scholar declared, moments before drafting a 200-page treatise on chaotic energy flows. The real turning point came during the Galactic Summit on Innovation, where humanity unveiled its latest breakthrough, the Nova Protocol. Designed to stabilize collapsing stars, the Nova Protocol was the most ambitious application of Lazarus technology yet. It combined human adaptability with alien precision, allowing star systems on the brink of destruction to be restored. The unveiling wasn't without drama. The Glazans, still seething, attempted to sabotage the demonstration. But their plan backfired spectacularly when the Nova Protocol adapted in real time, neutralizing the threat and completing the demonstration flawlessly. For the first time, the galaxy witnessed not just humanity's ingenuity, but its capacity for problem-solving on a scale previously unimaginable. The success of the Nova Protocol marked the dawn of a new era. Humanity, once dismissed as a minor player, now stood as a leader in technological and cultural innovation. The Unity project expanded, becoming a permanent coalition of species dedicated to advancing the galaxy together. Former rivals, inspired by humanity's example, began setting aside their differences in pursuit of shared progress. Even the Glazans, begrudgingly, started to soften their stance. Their leader, High Arbiter Volker, issued a reluctant statement. While humanity remains reckless, their contributions cannot be ignored. It was the closest thing to an apology the Glazans had ever given. As the galaxy moved forward, humanity continued to thrive, embracing its role as both innovator and unifier. The Lazarus Engine became a symbol of what was possible when chaos met ingenuity, a reminder that even the most unlikely underdog could reshape the universe. And so, Earth became more than just a planet in the galactic roster. It became a beacon of hope, proving that with enough determination and caffeine, even the most impossible challenges could be overcome. Because if there was one thing humanity had taught the galaxy, it was this. Sometimes, the laws of reality just need a little push. The end.